when you're on Canvas, and if you go all the way down again to the Excel module, because that's where you're at. Again, this video will be posted right here. You have the SLO assessment. So go ahead and if you click on that, and again, that's due April the 6th. But again, you can complete it, turn it in anytime. What you're doing is you're creating a family budget worksheet using a blank Excel workbook using the instructions attached below. And I have two files here for you that you will download, two PDF documents. So what you'll do is you'll go ahead and you'll just start Excel. So what you'll do, so like if I, oops, I clicked on the wrong thing. So if I close out of Excel and I go to reopen it, I'll reopen Excel. So what you'll do is you'll go ahead and reopen Excel, and you'll just go ahead and open up a blank Excel workbook, because that's what you're going to start from, all right? And then you'll open up the PDF to look at the directions. So we'll click on that. And it asks what I want to open up. I'll open it up in Adobe. And so these are the instructions. So for right now, I'm going to minimize that because I want to go back and look at the sample. You'll notice too that there is a sample. So go ahead and click on that as well, and we'll look at the sample of what it is that you'll be creating. So when you're finished, it will look something like this. All right. Let me go back to Canvas. Now you'll notice a note, and again, really important, is for step 3 of the instructions, and I'll show you that in just a second. I do not want you to change the column widths at this time. So go ahead and ignore that piece of step 3. When you're finished, you're going to make it look like the sample. Also note that the colors for your chart and some of your self-fill colors will be different, which is fine. Just use the attached sample as a guide. And again, if you run into any trouble, you can email me and you can ask me. We can get on Zoom. We can do what we need to do. So for example, on step 3, this is the instructions. Ignore, and I'll highlight with my mouse, ignore this part. You can adjust your margins to narrow. You can set the orientation to landscape, but ignore this part, because if you try to change that, you're going to find that your column widths, that they're too small. So ignore that part. But when you're finished, it should look like this. Just notice that your orange, it's not going to be orange. I believe it's going to be green because it asked you to use a certain style. So just notice that that's going to be different. Also notice that your pie chart down here, it will use different colors, but it still should come out the same, except that the colors are going to be different. All right. So just do your best to do this. Again, if you run into any trouble, let me know and just email me. We can hop on a Zoom, and we can arrange a time to hop on Zoom, and we can fix that, go over anything, okay? Because I know some of this is kind of tricky. The one thing just to make sure of is that you use your formulas and that you don't just start typing in numbers, because I've given you what the numbers, this gives you an idea of what they should work out to be, and that's fine. But just make sure that they work out. You don't just type in numbers, but that you actually do the formulas to get those numbers. That's what I'm going to be checking for.